They told us artificial intelligence would change everything, that it would make us faster, smarter, richer. But what if AI's biggest success story isn't about intelligence at all? What if it's about money and how a handful of companies quietly built the most profitable feedback loop in tech history? Right now, 7 giants, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, Apple, and Oracle, control almost everything that makes AI possible. They sell the chips, rent the servers, own the data, and invest in the very startups that are forced to buy from them again. This isn't just innovation. This is the money loop, a system where big tech invests in AI, earns from its own investment, reports that revenue, inflates its stock, and uses that new capital to repeat the cycle. It's a self-feeding engine, not of intelligence, but of profit. In late 2022, when OpenAI launched ChatGPT, overnight, AI wasn't just a buzzword, it was a religion. Microsoft moved first, pouring nearly $13 billion into OpenAI. Suddenly, everyone wanted an AI story. Google rushed Bard, Amazon jumped into Anthropic, Meta abandoned the metaverse for Llama, and Nvidia became the pick-and-shovel dealer of the entire race. By mid-2023, Nvidia's forecast sent its stock soaring. Wall Street called it the AI gold rush, but under the surface, something clever was happening. Microsoft's money to OpenAI didn't just fund innovation. It forced OpenAI to spend billions on Microsoft's own cloud, Azure. So Microsoft invested money, which OpenAI spent back on Microsoft, and Microsoft got to record it as revenue. That's the loop. Capital goes out one door, comes back through another, and looks like growth. By 2024, every big tech company had built its version of the loop. Microsoft had OpenAI. Google backed Anthropic. Amazon backed Anthropic too, making it the most overfunded independent AI lab in history. Each deal came with the same fine print: massive compute commitments, billions in future spending, locked to one company's cloud. OpenAI owes around $250 billion in Azure compute. Anthropic is locked into Google's TPUs with up to 1 million chips reserved, worth tens of billions. And now it's tied to AWS through Amazon's $4 billion investment. These aren't open partnerships, they're structured monopolies. The startups get the cash, big tech gets the guaranteed revenue. When those bills come due, the money shows up in cloud revenue lines, and Wall Street cheers. Growth looks real, but it's pre-booked growth, financed by big tech itself. It's like a casino where the house bets on you, lends you the chips, then wins when you lose. And in the middle of it all sits Nvidia, the only real winner so far. Every AI model, every cloud, every startup needs GPUs. By 2025, Nvidia's data center revenue hit $46.7 billion per quarter with margins above 70%. That's Apple-level profit in hardware. Why? Because Nvidia turned scarcity into a business model. Its top chip, the Blackwell B200, sells for up to $40,000 a piece. Entire AI clusters cost hundreds of millions. And since Nvidia controls the supply chain through advanced packaging and HBM bottlenecks, no one else can scale fast enough to compete. Every time a big tech firm increases AI spending, Nvidia's stock soars. And when Nvidia raises its guidance, every other AI stock follows. It became the market's AI index. Jensen Huang doesn't just sell chips, he sells belief. And that belief has now inflated Nvidia to a $5 trillion company, worth more than Amazon and Google combined. All from one idea. Scarcity equals story equals valuation equals capital equals more scarcity. The money loop's most profitable component. While Nvidia prints the chips, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon rent the roads they run on. Microsoft's strategy is genius-level financial design. Its stake in OpenAI gives it not just ownership, but control and guaranteed revenue through Azure. Every ChatGPT query runs on Microsoft's cloud, turning hype into hard cash. Google copied the model with Anthropic. Billions in TPUs and data deals like Reddit's $60 million a year firehose feeding Gemini. By late 2025, Google was spending nearly $24 billion per quarter in CapEx, mostly for AI infrastructure. Amazon turned AWS into an AI bazaar called Bedrock, hosting Claude, Mistral, and even OpenAI itself under a new $38 billion 7-year deal.
Even OpenAI, Microsoft's golden child, is now buying from Amazon. Each company tells investors the same story. We're spending big now because AI demand is infinite.
Wall Street rewards the illusion. Stock up, valuation up, capital cheap.
It's a financial echo chamber.
Each company's spending justifies the others.
They compete in public, but codepend in private.
Even the outsiders found ways in. Oracle rebranded as the AI cloud supplier, landing a $300 billion compute deal with OpenAI and SoftBank. Part of the rumored $500 billion Stargate project. Oracle booked it as backlog. Valuation soared overnight. Meta pivoted from the metaverse to open source AI. It poured $40 billion into chips and released Llama 3. But open models still feed the same loop because every Llama-trained app runs on cloud compute. Meta gives away models, but the infrastructure profits still flow upward to Nvidia, AWS, and Azure. Apple played it differently. Apple Intelligence fused on-device AI with private cloud, powered by its own servers, and a deal with OpenAI for Siri. Not innovation, insulation. Every move feeds the same equation. CapEx, revenue, valuation, repeat. The more they spend, the richer they become, even if the profits haven't caught up. Then came the theatrics. Earnings calls turned into performances. Companies mentioned AI more than 280 times per quarter. Even firms with no AI product jumped on the bandwagon. The SEC called it AI washing. But Wall Street didn't care. The numbers looked too good to question. Microsoft, Google, Meta all reported record AI-driven CapEx, and the media called it an arms race. Spend more. Appear visionary, stock up, access cheaper debt, spend even more. AI became the most profitable story ever told, and every player had a line in the script. Behind the headlines, the real-world costs are enormous. Power demand from data centers is set to double by 2030, according to the IEA, mostly driven by AI workloads. In parts of the US, power grids are already buckling. Google literally agreed to shut down AI servers during peak electricity demand to avoid blackouts. Chip fabrication now consumes vast amounts of water and rare materials, with local communities already feeling the squeeze. And in the startup world, funding is drying up. Venture capital has become top-heavy, concentrating billions in a few AI platform bets, while smaller founders struggle to survive. Big tech owns the rails, the chips, the data, and even the narrative. It's no longer a gold rush. It's a monopoly dressed as a movement. So, how does it end? Every bubble pops when the story stops working, and the warning signs are already here. ROI is lagging. CFOs are asking, where's the payoff? CapEx growth is slowing. Analysts warn 2025 could mark the peak of AI infrastructure spending. Power shortages and GPU bottlenecks are causing delays, and regulators are circling, from antitrust probes into Microsoft OpenAI to the SEC's new enforcement on AI washing. If any leg of the loop weakens, ROI, power, or policy, the whole cycle could reverse. Valuations fall, capital tightens, AI budgets shrink, chip demand drops, revenues miss, and confidence collapses. The same loop that made them rich can implode just as fast. Here's the brutal irony. Even if the AI bubble bursts, big tech still wins. They've already monetized the hype. They sold the compute, booked the cloud deals, raised the valuations, and locked down the data pipelines for whatever comes next. So when the dust settles, they'll own the infrastructure of the next boom, whether it's AI 2.0, synthetic biology, or quantum computing. Because the money loop isn't just a system, it's a philosophy, a way to turn every technological revolution into a financial instrument. They've built a perpetual motion machine for wealth, and as long as the world keeps believing the story, it will keep running $1 trillion at a time. So next time you see a CEO promising that AI will change everything, remember, it already did. Not for you, for them.